Hello, everyone. Welcome to one more episode of The Magic Inside. This time, Artur, how has been your week? I always ask you this. How are you?
Full of work and wonders.
And wonders. What do you mean by wonders?
Because magic, it's
You are going to show a trick.
we're magicians. We live our lives full of magic. So
Yes.
it is. So
When we are younger, normally we think life is pretty, but then
Yes.
when we get adult, it's very boring. Okay. So today we are going to speak about some shows that we like, that we have seen, so that our viewers, if they go to Vegas, they know have at least our recommendations for some shows to see in Vegas. For you, we have been in Vegas. I've been, I think, a little bit more times than you. But when we were there, what was for you the number one magic show, in your opinion?
So I remember at the time when we were together in Vegas, we went to all magic shows, right?
Basically. Almost all.
Almost all.
Almost.
Yes, but I remember seeing David Copperfield to be one of my favorite shows, and I remember that Frederick da Silva had a show. Is a Portuguese/French magician who has a mentalism show there, and I was, my expectations weren't so high for his show. So I remember having a great time on his show.
Yes, it's very dynamic.
It was like a small show, like a smaller venue and all that, but a very dynamic show.
And you have seen with me, I think, Xavier Mortimer, right?
Yes. We've seen. We've seen a version of his show, like more old.
Yes,
version.
because it was a smaller, I don't know exactly
Venue.
where it was, but a smaller venue. I know that now he's touring. I think with the Illusionist at the moment of this podcast, he's not doing shows in Vegas, I think. But when he was there, it was really unbelievable.
And he went to Blackpool as well.
Yes.
With a version of this show.
It's for sure one of the most original magic
Yes.
shows. I mean, he has been present in the Cirque du Soleil, so he was for many time one of the main performers of the show there, and is really great.
He has this circus style.
Yes.
Some sorts.
Yes, he's very original. I mean, he's a genius, I think. So for me, the number one show at this time, I think it's Copperfield. I mean, Copperfield is a true legend, right? But he does great shows using the audience. And what is your favorite illusion of the show?
If I remember, there are a few. I mean, all illusions are good, but I remember seeing the UFO above the audience.
Yes.
And I wasn't expecting that, and that was a true moment of wonder because there was a complete blackout, and then you just open your eyes and or the lights go up, and you see this huge UFO, and the venue itself is not very big.
It's not
huge.
One
of the biggest in Vegas,
right?
So the UFO almost occupy the whole venue. So you don't see a way for it to actually. So you see it and you don't see how or from where the UFO appeared. So it was really great, but. Also, there was this floating rose, which David Copperfield did, which is a classic. So I also enjoyed very much seeing it live.
Yes. You know what? I saw Copperfield one time performing the floating rose, and the IT broke right there. Happens, of course. Unless you perform Leviosa, it never breaks. Anyway, so he was performing that effect, and it broke. And you know what? It was unbelievable because the paper was, of course. But the camera zoomed into his face. He was almost. It's strange to say this, but it was almost as if he was happy because that happened. It's like something different, and he was in total control. The camera zoomed a little bit, I think, on his face and looked to the audience, and then he grabbed another thing.
Tissue.
Yes, and he continued, and it worked
So he
perfectly.
had a plan B.
Yes, but what
spare.
100% a plan B right there. And the thing is, he was like so calm. He was not like like you felt he's a little bit nervous. No, it was almost. It's strange this, but it was almost as if he was enjoying that it happened. It's strange to say this, but he was like, it happened. And it's
usually
strange.
Doesn't happen. So when
no.
it does,
I've seen this show
perhaps,
like 10 times. It never happened. But
and the thing is, this was rehearsed. I mean, if for some reason in some show the thread breaks, there's this cameraman who is instructed to zoom out, zoom in on his face.
Yes.
So the whole sequence surely was rehearsed to be like that. If that happens.
Yep.
So it's a level of detail that you don't see everywhere.
Yes.
Everything is planned, like the camera, how is the placement.
Everything. It's like troops. And you see all the people there, his assistants working, and it's like troops. It's like they know exactly what to do in the right time. There is one effect, which is he makes a car appear from his father, and then the license plates match with the numbers that the spectators freely chose. And there is, I don't want to say to reveal anything, but there is a particular moment in the show that I know that is going to happen, but he does it so well that it's so invisible. It's great. It really is great. And the dinosaur, of course.
Oh yes, he makes a dinosaur appear.
Yeah, so it really is the best. Another shows that I personally like a lot. One of them is Piff the Magic Dragon. It's unbelievable. I mean, it's really unbelievable. It's charismatic, so funny, so different. And it's great because he says in the title, Piff the Magic Dragon, the loser of America's Got Talent, because he didn't win. But he places it right there, So there is the winner crossed, like this with an X, and says loser right there. And it's unbelievable because it's one of the most original shows I've ever seen. And he's so charismatic, his stage presence, the illusions are so funny with the dog and with his wife, which is his assistant. It is actually his wife, I believe. And by the way,
it's a family show.
No, and the venue is unbelievable. It's huge, He is really very, very, very good. And when I speak to him, he's also very kind to me.
What kind of tricks does he do? It's like a parlor.
Some are a little bit big with some boxes, but everything is well justified. Not with an assistant per se, but there's some with the dog when it shoots the dog with the cannon, and catches a card. And there is, I think, I don't know if it's a build to orange, but super clean with the bog. It has some fooling effects. But if our viewers want to know more about him, he released with Vanishing Ink a book. I don't know if you've ever seen that book. It's like a very thick green book in the outside. So he released this with the Vanishing Ink. And it's very, very good. He explains many. I don't think it's all of the
routines.
Yes, he explains ones that he got very popular when he performed this card trick on Americans Got Talent for Heidi Klum, which is a card with a signature and you transform bit by bit. It's like a color changing card bit by bit. Very visual, very good. It's there in the book. And many others. He also tells who are some of his suppliers of the effects, like, for example, Ray Lam, which is an amazing builder based in Vegas, which built, if not all, most of the props for him. And the book is really a must-have, and it's very funny because it also explains how we got from the Fringe to Vegas to Americans Got Talent, and how it all happened with the dragon suit. So if you want to know more about
the story behind the dragon suit, because that's his main character, right?
Yes.
So it must be nice to know.
Yes, it's a must have. If you go to Vanishing Ink,
it looks like he paid you to
no, he didn't. He didn't.
Just a question: does his venue has like projection or?
Yes, it has.
It does. Okay,
it's really, really good. I think it was on the Flamingo. I'm not sure if it's the correct hotel, but yes, it's in the Flamingo. It's a huge venue. It's really huge. It's
All right.
Usually good.
So it's a must see.
I must see. Matt Franco. You have seen Matt Franco,
yes.
right? With me, the show changed a lot, but do you remember?
Changed a lot, right?
Do you remember?
I remember
him?
some of the effects.
You saw him what, like 6 years ago or 5?
Six, maybe more, perhaps.
You think so?
Yes, but yeah, perhaps 6. But I remember he's doing card to mouth.
Yes,
which is a card trick in a huge venue, but he does it a little bit different with more like,
of course,
apparatus.
Yes,
but it was overall a good show. Very young, very fresh.
And now it's much better. It's the projection screens behind him.
Mm-hmm.
Now he polished that show that you have seen, and at that time, and I remember seeing it with you. Now it's much more improved. Like. It's perfect. I loved it at the time. Okay, I loved it at the time, but now it's in another level, in my opinion. Not only the illusions, but the way he acts, the way he performs, because he does it every day, right? It's so
of course just like David Copperfield.
Yes.
These guys do this twice a day or even more every day, like for a year. Of course, they do breaks, but. It's like this is super polished.
It is.
It's the level of detail. It's very, very.
And the music, and he does also a card act now with the table. He does many routines from Danny Ortiz. He actually says that, I believe, and it's really, really, really good.
People like these kind of tricks with cards and tables on the stage.
Yes,
I noticed that because with projection, I used to when I used to do stage shows, I used to do some tricks with projection and table, and the overall feedback is that people really like this, and I don't really know why, but there's this thing of card tricks on stage. In a table, it's like bringing close up to stage. Of course, this needs to have like projection, but
of course,
people like this. Yes.
And another trick that he does is he makes, I believe it's a card appear on the table. So he goes there with a knife, he rips the table. No, actually, it's a phone. It's a phone that appears there. It starts ringing, so the spectators are here. He punches a knife. And it's literally inside a table. I don't know if it's a chair or a table. I don't recall right now.
But there's cards on the table?
No, it's a phone. It's a phone. He makes the phone disappear.
Okay.
Makes the phone disappear and then appears on the chair, I think, in the number that the spectator freely chose. So imagine it was the number 54 or something like that. He goes to that chair and the phone is there ringing.
Yes. He did it on Got Talent. He was his winning actor or something like that.
Yes. It's very powerful.
It's inside the chair.
It's a chair, right?
It's a chair. It's inside the chair.
Okay.
Like he rips the chair apart.
Yeah.
This like cinema, like this venue chairs, like with padding.
Yes.
And he rips the chair apart. And
you have been to the backstage at the time.
Yes. We had the chance, and we had the chance to see the show in the VIP section.
Yes.
Which but
thank you very much, Matt, for that. If you are watching, yes. No, he's really an amazing guy and very humble. It's something that I really love about him.
Very friendly as well.
Very friendly, very humble. How good people should be, in my opinion.
Yep.
Another one that I'm not sure if you have seen him play is Mike Hammer.
I've seen him in Blackpool.
You have seen?
Yes.
Have you liked it or it's not your style?
I liked it. Yes. It's a mix of stand-up comedy, like how does it? It's called. It's like it's black humor. We call in Portugal. We call it black humor. But
yes.
I believe that there is another term for it, black humor, but because it's super harsh and with magic in the mix.
Yes. I'll be honest with you. I love it.
It's dark humor, not black.
Dark
it
humor.
Should be dark.
That's the correct. Okay. I don't really know if it is. Okay.
Yeah, but
I've seen it. His full show in Vegas, and now every time I go to Vegas, I must see him. You know why? Because when I leave, I have tears in my eyes because I laugh so much.
You really enjoy it.
I really enjoy it because it's ridiculous. It's to a point where. I think that you love him or hate him. I don't think it's a middle. I think this is not a middle term because he's very aggressive with the audience, So if you go on stage, he's going to laugh about you. There was one time where he calls out a lady and she has like a black shirt. And there is a little pocket with a pattern, with like a tiger pattern. It has nothing to do with the rest. And he goes like, "Where did you cut it out from another and you sew it in place?" And then he looks at another spectator and grabs it. "Oh, I know where he got it from, because it was the same pattern that the other spectator had." I mean, it's unbelievable. He's so, I don't know how he can come up with this humorous things, and in the spot, in the moment, it's unbelievable. I mean, and
they
I was
a lot
laughing
of, it's a lot of experience and a lot of methods to deconstruct things on the spot, on the go. So yeah, it's but I remember that not many people liked it when in Blackpool, because I remember reading comments on Facebook. Not only about him, but also 1 year later or something like that, there was this host on the Grand Gala show. Not sure if you remember that. Also had his own way. I don't remember the name. Perhaps we can research this and add to the video later. But there was this host who had also his own way to interact with the audience, like in a more harsh way. Nothing offensive, in my opinion, but lots of people didn't actually enjoy how he interacted with the audience. And it was this kind of interaction, like making fun. Or
you should embrace it. That's the thing.
I think so.
You should embrace it. I mean, you should have the spirit to watch this kind of show. And if you let it go, you are going to enjoy it. Otherwise, you are going to see.
It came to my mind that Will Smith thing when he punched this other comedian. You remember that?
Yeah, of course.
In the Oscars.
Yes.
So I think the thing is the same. It's people who don't like the way, I mean, other people think, how they express.
But let me tell you this. Mike Hammer, in the show that he did, you talk about dark humor, right? But in his show, he does not talk about that. So he does not talk about diseases. He does not talk about cancer.
Okay.
No. The most that he does is making fun with the spectators that goes on stage. So there is a little limit that, at least in this show, he didn't cross.
Okay.
So anyway, it's very funny. So he goes next to a person who is to all, "Did you brought your earpieces? Can you hear me clear?" Things like this. And you should embrace it, And if you embrace it, and I mean, everyone loved. He had a huge standing ovation at the end. So I'm sure that people really enjoy.
But there is also this theory that among magicians, that you also shouldn't make fun of the spectator, because that's an easy trick. That's an easy.
But I think with him, I don't see that as an issue. I don't know why, because it's his thing. It's his persona is so strong that, I mean, that's what is funny about it. He does it in a way that, for me, at least in this show that I've seen, his full show, does not offend people, So he knows
like roasting.
Yes, it's like more, exactly. That's the correct word. It's like roasting, and really
yes. If you are there to see this roast show, and you know that eventually the host, the magician, will make fun. If you are there for it, fine. But I don't know. I used to roast sometimes spectators when they come on stage.
But
yes, it's part of the.
But perhaps not your persona. It's not your.
But I stopped doing it like many years ago.
He does it for 1 hour.
Yes, so I think it's well. Well,
I think it fits him. It's not. This style is not for everyone, I think. Another one that I really love, I don't know if you have seen, it's Colin Cloud, which before had a show with Shin Lim called it Limitless.
I've seen in Blackpool.
I've seen it in Blackpool. I mean, Colin now has his own show in Vegas. For me, he's the #1 mentalist in the world.
Oh, really?
Yes. I mean, I think it's honestly very hard to think of someone. Perhaps Darren Brown. I've never seen Darren Brown, so people will roast me because of that. Perhaps no. But I think it's very hard to beat him, Colin McLeod. I mean, he's so original, his persona, the way he speaks to the audience, the way he messes with emotions. is unbelievable. I think it's a work of art. I've seen it with Chin Lim at the time, which was great because one has nothing to do with the other. I love Shin Lim. It's great. It's really good. But for me, Collins is really unbelievable, unbeatable.
I don't dislike him. It's just from what I know, from what I've seen him on Blackpool, and of course online. It's not. I mean,
you don't have it on the top.
No, because there's one thing that's his style of performance. It doesn't. It's not that different from what I picture a mentalist to be.
You think so?
Perhaps because of Darren Brown, you have this persona, and I don't know. Of course, they are different, but they're kind of like each other.
I've never seen Darren Brown in live, so I don't.
Also, me, I've seen in videos, but I don't. I mean, it's nothing fresh. Of course, he has his own merit. He's a great performer. He is for sure.
And the routines are
I like
original.
Of course,
the routines that he does are original.
Nothing fresh for me. As I mentioned before, I really enjoyed much more the Frederick da Silva mentalism show because it's actually different. The energy, it's not that kind of dark and very slow-paced mentalist.
Colin's more like a Sherlock Holmes. He entitles himself.
So Darren Brown.
You think so?
It's I wouldn't say it's the same, but it's the
I think it's different. I think
vibe,
the routines are so original and so good. The way he moves and the way he speaks, and he gets the attention. I'll be honest with you. When I finished watching the show Limitless, it was a standing ovation. It's like
I believe,
for me, he's like in a god level mentalism thing, for me. But it's great. It's good that we have different opinions. Everyone has their own opinion, of course. So
there is this. I'm not sure if Colin does it. Perhaps he does, but Darren Brown does it for sure, which is trying to explain what he's doing by plausible methods. For example, NLP and justifying his achievements on that mentalism piece act by trying to explain to the audience how this is possibly or this was accomplished. For example, Darren Brown does this with. I don't remember exactly the details, but the spectator chooses a word or a color or something like that, and then he shows that on the path to the venue, he has written on the wall some message in graffiti, and that has like some impact on the person. Of course, it's not like that. He has a method for what he has done. But he tries to explain this as a plausible method for the audience. I don't know if Colin does this as well, but
sometimes
it's like the style, And well, for me, it's nothing. It was like when I see him.
When you see him again,
okay, perhaps.
I think. When
perhaps
you see him
I will
again,
be able to see other things. That
yes. I think in Blackpool it was great anyway, and I mean he fooled the heck out of me. But I think once you see more of him, I think you are going to love him.
Of course, yeah.
So, Artur, you are going to perform a trick.
Yes,
that you have never done in your life.
I've never done this one in my life, and it's somehow it's a mentalism trick as well.
Yes, from one of our neighbors here in Porto, right?
Yes, there is a lot of versions of this trick, but I will. You will see. Okay, so I will show it to the camera, and
I'm going to record you. Okay.
Seen this. I've never performed this before, but should be okay. So you know, deck of cards.
Yes.
I want you to think of a card, and I have a surprise inside this envelope. That perhaps it's a match with your card. Do you have one card in mind?
Yes. Do you want me to tell the value in the suit?
Sure. or you can. Yeah, just go ahead. Any card, like we are not prearranged.
The 3 of hearts.
You are totally free to change if you like.
No, the 3 of hearts.
You like the 3 of hearts?
Yes. If you have the card inside, it'll be amazing.
It would be amazing if I would have the card inside. Unbelievable. Can you put your hands like this? Let me show you what's actually inside. Look, it's a lighter.
Okay.
Do you see it?
And no card here.
No card there, but this lighter will serve a purpose, actually. So can you please light it?
Yes.
I'll just touch the flame like this. Look. Do you see my thumbs?
Let me.
Do you see the blister on my thumbs? This
Yes.
one, it's a 3, and this one is a heart.
Yes,
Do you see it?
Yes. 3 of hearts.
The 3 of hearts. And that's not, a card, but that's your card.
Yes. And the great thing about this trick is that you have a free choice. So it can be really any card. Yes, I know that Gustavo Sereno, which is our friend, right? He showed me this many years ago. What's the name of the effect for people that wanna...
Burned, I believe.
Okay.
It's called burned. Burn.
Yeah. One friend of ours also did it on the Portuguese television, José Câmara. He did it like on TV, and it was really, really good. I mean, he had a different twist, which is regarding the lighter. I don't know if this detail is from José or from Gustavo, who explains with the original routine. Sorry, I don't know. But which is, he places a sticker around the lighter with all the playing cards, with pips, with numbers.
I think it's from, yes, I recall
The original,
like that.
the original comes like this? Okay. Which is great because you have a gag, right?
Right.
So you do this, here is your card, and you have no misdirection because people are taking a look at this strange lighter, so you can do your thing. But anyway, in my opinion, it's a great effect. I'm not really a huge fan of blister effects, but I think that the way that Gustavo designed that one, it's really, really good.
Yes, because you really have a free choice, and of course, that's. I think that some things could be improved here.
Like what, for example?
Oh, I would need to. Give away the method, but
okay.
But overall, it's a great trick. But not all magicians or not all people do well with blistering the fingers.
Really?
Yes, because me included, my fingers, I don't know, are a little bit more thick, like the skin, and the blister doesn't really, doesn't really look well.
I see.
Other people that have like more soft fingers, it's like the blood flows more, and you can see the blister better.
So
blister tricks are not for everyone, but this one in particular, I really like it.
I like it because it's portable, it's instant reset. I think it's very strong, the effect. It's justified. And the great advantage regarding this effect is that you are looking at the gimmick
from the beginning,
while in plain sight, and it's a normal action to do, which makes the trick work even for everyone. You don't really need to practice a really long time to perform it. So
again, it's the first time I did
so
this.
The first time you did it, yeah.
I think the main advantage is that you have a free choice of all the cards in here, as in the classic, because this plot is you have this inside of your jackets. I believe there's this sleeve that goes on the lighter. And when you are grabbing the lighter, you mark your fingers.
Yes, I know that.
But you are
one.
limited to, I think it's
2 or 3
cards.
cards, of course.
So
here is a free choice. Yes, so props for Gustavo. He's an amazing creator, by the way.
Yes,
yes, he is. I released with him Mental Pen.
Yes,
and
it's
it was great.
A bestseller.
Yes, and even though the method is mine, it was his idea to have something on a Sharpie, and we were actually going to see a workshop of Jan Frisch and Daniel Ortiz, only about lapping. At the time, I didn't even know Daniel Ortiz. I was not his friend. I didn't know him personally at the time. I just watched with hundreds of other magicians this workshop in Spain. And we were discussing in the car, it was great to mark and then not mark. And then I remember I came up at night and I opened the Sharpie, and then I started to do some shells, and it worked perfectly. And the first one is Aquarium,
Yes,
Aquarium, which is also an amazing version of the Omni deck. So yeah, it's a great effect. I really liked it. I think I have one in my house. Otherwise, I will ask him for one.
Perhaps.
I will buy one. So that's it.
That's it. We talked about Vegas shows.
Yeah.
Would you agree that going to Vegas it's a great family vacation if you go see all these shows?
Yes, I think so. I think Vegas is great to see some shows, and I think it's really because there are many things. There's not only magic. We have seen some Cirque du Soleil ones which are ridiculous.
And now it's up to a year now. I believe they have the Sphere as well.
Yes,
which is amazing, and I believe that you two play there every day. But that's probably sold out. So you need to book in advance with many months in advance. But I would say that it's a great family vacation.
Yes, there are many things.
These shows, you will have a great time.
Play in the casino if you like,
of course, and going to the pool because right now, the Vegas is it's summer and it's super
42 hot. Celsius right now. It's really hot. But when you go to the casinos, it's freezing cold. So you have these two extremes. Or too hot or too cold, so be prepared.
And you will get sick. So it's
it's what it is.
But yes.
So
it was a great show today. Let's wrap it up. And
that's it. So guys, we hope you enjoyed, and see you on the next one.
On the next one. Yes. Bye-bye.
Bye.